Hey everyone, buckle up because I've got a story that's equal parts heartwarming and heartbreaking, straight from my own life. It all started about 6 months ago when I matched with this incredible woman named Emily on a dating app. Her profile was full of witty jokes, photos of her hiking and reading books, and she had this radiant smile that just drew me in. We started chatting and our conversations flowed so naturally, talking about everything from favorite movies to dream travel destinations. After a couple of weeks, we decided to meet up for coffee. I was nervous, but excited. When I arrived at the cafe, I spotted her right away, sitting at a corner table with a book in hand. She waved me over with a big grin and we hit it off immediately. We laughed over bad puns and shared stories from our childhoods. What I didn't notice at first was that she was using a cane to steady herself when she stood up to greet me. I thought maybe she twisted an ankle or something temporary. As the day went on, she casually mentioned she had some mobility issues, but she brushed it off like it was no big deal. I didn't pry because it seemed personal, and honestly, I was too captivated by her personality to focus on that. We ended the date with plans for dinner the next week, and I left feeling like I'd found someone special. Little did I know, there was so much more to her story that would test my feelings in ways I never expected. Over the next few dates, things progressed beautifully. We went for walks in the park, slow ones, I noticed, and she opened up about her love for painting and how it helped her express emotions. One evening, after a particularly great dinner, we were back at her place watching a movie when she shifted uncomfortably. That's when she decided to tell me the full truth. "There's something you should know," she said softly. Turns out, Emily had been in a car accident 2 years ago that left her with hemiplegia, half her body paralyzed. She could walk with assistance, but had limited use of her left arm and leg. I was stunned, not because it changed how I saw her, but because I felt bad for not noticing sooner. She watched my reaction closely and then said those words that hit me hard. "Don't stay if you just feel sorry for me." It was like a punch to the gut. I assured her my feelings were genuine, but that moment made me reflect deeply on what drew me to her in the first place, her spirit, not her circumstances. Diving deeper into how we met, Emily's dating profile didn't mention her condition at all. She later explained she wanted people to see her for who she is, not her disability. Fair enough, I thought. Our first date was magical. We talked for hours until the cafe closed. She had this infectious laugh that made everything funnier. As we parted, she leaned on her cane more noticeably, but I chalked it up to fatigue. On our second date, a picnic in the park, she struggled a bit with the uneven ground, and that's when I offered my arm without thinking. She accepted with a smile, and it felt natural. We shared sandwiches and stories, and I started falling for her intelligence and kindness. By the third date, dinner at a cozy Italian place, things got more intimate. We held hands across the table, and she opened up about her job as a graphic designer, how she adapted her workspace to her needs. Back at her apartment that night, as we cuddled on the couch, she hesitated before revealing her paralysis. The accident was caused by a drunk driver. She spent months in rehab learning to walk again. Her voice trembled as she spoke, and I held her close. Then came the line, "Don't stay if you just feel sorry for me." She explained past relationships where guys stuck around out of pity, only to leave when it got tough. I promised her my interest was real, born from our connection, not sympathy. But her words lingered, making me question if I was truly ready for what loving her might entail. The next few weeks were a whirlwind. We spent more time together, and I saw firsthand the challenges she faced. Simple things like buttoning a shirt or climbing stairs took extra effort. Yet she handled it all with grace and humor, often joking about her lazy left side. I admired her resilience. One day, we went to an art exhibit, and she navigated the crowds with determination. That's when I realized my feelings were deepening. But doubt crept in because of her warning. Was I staying for the right reasons? I confided in a friend who advised me to be honest with myself. Emily and I had deep talks about it, and she shared how the accident changed her life but didn't define her. Our bond grew stronger through vulnerability. Reflecting on the accident's impact, Emily described the day it happened vividly. She was driving home from work when the other car swerved into her lane. Waking up in the hospital, half her body unresponsive, was terrifying. Rehab was grueling. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, relearning basic tasks. She credited her support system for getting through it, but romantically, it had been isolating. Guys she dated post-accident often bailed when reality set in. That's why her guard was up with me. After her revelation, our relationship evolved. I helped where I could, like carrying groceries or adapting dates to be accessible. We watched sunsets from her balcony, cooked together. She directed, I executed, and shared dreams. But her words echoed, "Don't stay if you just feel sorry for me." It prompted self-examination. Did I pity her? No, I respected her strength. One weekend, we took a short trip to a nearby lake. She used her wheelchair for longer distances, and it was eye-opening. People stared sometimes, but she ignored it, focusing on us. We laughed, kissed under the stars, and I knew this was real. Back home, she thanked me for seeing beyond her condition. Our intimacy grew, both emotional and physical, adapting to her needs with open communication. Challenges arose, like when she had a bad pain day and canceled plans. I stayed, bringing soup and movies, not out of obligation, but love. Her independence inspired me, pushing me to be better. As months passed, Emily's past relationships came up more. She'd been engaged before the accident, but he left during her recovery, unable to handle it. That betrayal made her cautious. With me, she tested boundaries subtly, ensuring my commitment was authentic. I proved it through actions, learning about hemiplegia, attending a support group meeting with her. One evening, over wine, she said, "I don't want pity dates." I reassured her, listing what I loved, her sarcasm, creativity, the way she lit up discussing art. We planned future adventures, like accessible hikes. But internally, I wrestled with fears. What if I couldn't handle long-term challenges, medical appointments, potential health setbacks? I researched, talked to her openly. She appreciated my honesty, saying it built trust. Our first big test came when she had a flare-up, bedridden for days. I took time off work to care for her, not as a hero, but a partner. She cried, grateful, repeating her mantra less often. We emerged stronger, planning a vacation. Emily's art flourished. She painted a portrait of us, symbolizing our journey. Friends noticed my growth, how she brought out my compassionate side. Love isn't pity, it's choice, every day. Exploring Emily's daily life revealed her adaptations. Her apartment was modified, grab bars, voice-activated lights. She worked remotely, excelling in design. Mornings involved exercises to maintain mobility. I joined sometimes, turning it into fun routines. Our dates varied. Museum visits with wheelchairs provided, home spa nights. Intimacy required creativity, but it deepened our connection. She shared fears of being a burden, hence her warning. I countered with how she enriched my life. One night, stargazing, she confessed loving me. I reciprocated, meaning it fully. Challenges persisted. Public accessibility issues, occasional insensitivity from others, but we faced them together. Emily joined an adaptive sports group. I cheered her on. Her confidence soared. Reflecting, her words were a shield, my actions dismantled it. We're planning cohabitation, adapting spaces. Love transcends physical limits. The turning point was a family dinner. Meeting her parents, I saw where her strength came from. They welcomed me warmly, sharing stories of her recovery. Emily beamed, holding my hand. Later, she said, "You passed the test. No more doubts about pity." We celebrated milestones, her art show, my promotion, with joy. Travel became reality. We visited an accessible beach resort. Waves crashing, she said, "This is us, against the odds." Emotional intimacy grew. We discussed futures, kids, adaptations needed. Her paralysis is part of her, but not all. I've learned empathy, patience. She's taught me resilience. Our story inspires friends facing hardships. Hurdles remain, medical checkups remind us of fragility, but communication keys us through. Emily's humor lightens moods. We joke about her superpower of multitasking one-handed. Socially, we've built a circle understanding our dynamic. Date nights evolved, cooking classes adapted, concerts with good seating. Her independence shines. She drives a modified car. I admire her drive. Pity? Never. Admiration? Yes. We're equals, supporting mutually. Looking ahead, marriage whispers in conversations. Rings, vows adapted. Her condition's stable, but prepared for changes. Therapy helps us navigate emotions. Emily's blog on living with disability gains followers. I contribute occasionally. Our bond unbreakable. Gratitude fills me for matching, for her courage in revealing, for choosing each other. Her words, once a barrier, now a reminder of authenticity. We've grown individually and together. So that's my story, how not knowing led to deep knowing, and pity transformed to profound love. If you're watching, remember, see the person, not the circumstance. Thanks for listening. Share your tales below.